Welcome back, everybody, to the Clutch Report podcast, your number one weekly podcast. I'm your host, G-Train.
The Bear!
Ballsy!
Oh
Luke.
Sorry, everyone.
And welcome back to another episode's round of applause. Alright. What a week it's been for all sports in general. We're just going to get right into it, starting with the NFL. Woo! Was anybody snubbed from winning any major awards from last night's ceremony?
Yes.
Who was it, Burke?
I think we all know
Just
the
say
answer.
the obvious.
Just say the obvious.
The schedule.
Nope, his real name.
Drake May.
There we go. I think Drake May was snubbed. Why the hell would you vote for Justin Herbert? He hadn't done shit all year.
That might have been the dumbest thing I think I've ever heard.
So,
Dumbest.
that's pretty stupid. Also, hot take right here. I think if Drake May didn't win MVP, he should have won Offensive Player of the Year over
agree. I
JSN.
agree.
And if not, I think Puka still should have got Offensive Player of the Year. But that's just my opinion. What do you guys think on that?
I agree with those two. I think Puka's better than JSN. I also think James Pierce had a shot at Rookie of the Year, and Nicky Manwari.
I feel like the Rookie of the Year could have went anywhere. Honestly, there's a lot of very solid rookies.
And like Stafford and paired up with Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams, it's a lot more powerful than what Drake May has to work with. So I feel like at the end of the day, receivers can make a quarterback good, and I feel like Drake May is just overall better player.
And I think we have to make a statement that Drake May did play against some of the best defenses. I think that has to be known.
Now, instead of people saying, "Oh, easy strength of schedule," they played two MVP number one votes. If that makes sense. And I think the guy that voted for Herbert, I've been seeing him on Twitter all day. Complete jackass. He's came out and said how Herbert has a shitty line, and
So doesn't Drake May.
yeah, exactly. Drake May was sacked 52 times, and all of a sudden,
Will Campbell on the left tackle.
it doesn't matter because the strength of schedule. It's all fake.
Well, time out. What Luke said, Will Campbell at left tackle.
Yep.
I'd like to say he hasn't done terrible. Hasn't done terrible.
Not great.
He has not done great.
Yeah.
If you go on any social media platform, all you see is people hating on him. They never show what he's done good, which I feel like kind of is the media what it is now, especially since he was the 4th overall pick. But I'd like to say he hasn't done terrible. Definitely hasn't been good. He hasn't been terrible, though. He's been right in the middle of where a rookie should be developing against top 5 defenses. But that's all I'd like to say. If anyone else would like to say anything.
For one more award, I think it was Protector of the Year. I'm pretty sure it's new. A new award. If I'm not wrong, right?
Oh, yeah, I think
Back me up.
Panay Sewell should have won that.
Panay Sewell. Yeah, I was just going to say that. Yep.
Don't get me wrong. Hold on. Joe Tooney, Patriot legend, and one of the best offensive lineman players of all time. But Panay Sewell was on a different level this year.
Different level.
I think Joe Tooney definitely made a case, but I think Panay Sewell is just a slight bit better than Joe Tooney was.
Yep, I agree.
Josh, you're awfully quiet over there. What do you think?
I just gave my thoughts about Drake May. I mean, that's kind of like the only thing I was really, thinking about and involved with. Because I think it came to me as a surprise when I saw the notification that Matt Stafford won MVP. Because I know a lot of people would say it was close, but I think it should have been clear cut that it should have been Drake May, in my humble opinion.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to go on to this next one. Who has had the best and the worst coaching signings so far in this offseason?
I'll go first.
Yes.
So I think I think the winners of the offseason were the Falcons getting Kevin Skiff.
Sorry about that. All right, keep going.
I think the winners of the offseason were the Falcons getting Kevin Stefanski,
100%.
who is a very good coach, and the loser, in my opinion, the Browns. Todd Monken, what are we doing? I would have liked to see the Browns get a young guy just to have him. See him develop, see Sanders develop. It's just a bad overall signing. That's all that I have to say.
I think there's a lot of questionable signings, like Steelers, Mike McCarthy. I mean, that could go either way. I I don't really know about it. They signed a whole new coaching roster, which could be fine, could be bad. I mean, we'll see. Ravens, I mean, I don't even think they should have fired their, what's his name?
John Harbaugh.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like Lamar was hurt half the year. Comes back. I don't know. I don't think you should have fired him. I think you should have given him one more chance. So, kind of a mess too.
I think that the Ravens need to fire Harbaugh just because a fresh start would have been good, and his coaching late in stretches of games was horrible, like the Patriots game.
What do you think? What do you think about the Bills firing their head coach?
I hate it. It was a shitty. Oh, sorry for swearing so much. Cut your port. I think it was a
How much you got left? 3 Supers left?
I don't even know. I think if you're going from Sean McDermott to someone else,
Joe Brady.
yeah.
He's basically trying to
Don't
say
even
that's
know
a
who that
fucking
is.
horrible
Oh,
job.
if you're gonna go from Sean
I agree.
McDermott to someone
It's
else,
fucking
it has
awful.
to be a great coach to great coach,
Fucking
not a
ridiculous.
great coach to an OC who struggled this year.
Yep.
I think Joe Brady was a good offensive coordinator.
Not head coach though.
I don't know how he's going to pan out as a head coach. Granted, there wasn't as many coaching availables or good coaches available, but that's just my opinion. I'll get to my opinions once they're done.
You want to go or me?
I'll go real quick. Chargers signing Mike McDaniel as offensive coordinator. I think that's a great move. That's his position. Obviously, he showed that he can't be that super good head coach. But putting him with a team like Chargers, as they said, offensive line problems, maybe try to fix that up, and I think he'll have a really good run with the Chargers.
For my best signing of head coach, I'm gonna go with John Harbaugh to the Giants. I think he could kind of replicate what, maybe not perfectly, but in the region of what Mike Vrabel did with the Patriots this year. I mean, obviously, Patriots going to the Super Bowl. Don't know if the Giants have what it takes, even close enough to come into the Super Bowl, but I think he can really turn the team around, and they look like a very promising team.
Josh, who'd you say your least favorite coaching hire was?
I was a little iffy on the Bears and Steelers signings because I just don't know if it would be good fits for either of them. I don't know if they were the right candidates for the job, and also the Bills firing Sean McDermott.
Wait, Mike McCarthy's more of like a offensive coach, right?
The Chargers OC?
No.
No, it's
Steelers
Yes,
head
he
coach,
is. He is.
That's gonna be different. Because I think throughout the year, Steelers have always had like a defensive coach.
Tomlin was more in the middle, but in the middle towards pushing toward defense.
I think that's why I was looking at this question. I mean, obviously you want to break that streak and just see what could work out because you never know. You know what I mean, they kind of have a strong offense, and if they figure out the QB problem, I think they'll be okay. But I think just redoing the whole staff, it's a little iffy. But yeah.
All right, so for me, my head coaching favorite is definitely going to be Robert Saleh to the Titans. I feel like
I agree with that. Very solid
that
move.
That is
Titans
solid.
defense is really underrated in my opinion, and you give them a defensive-minded coach in Robert Saleh, that could really help them. Plus, you add, oh my God, who
Brian
they
DeBall.
add? Yeah,
Brian DeBall.
Dayball. You add Dayball as the OC, that's like a match made in heaven. And
Exactly.
second,
Cam Ward.
if we're talking about assistant coordinators as an OCs, my favorite is definitely going to be Mike McDaniels. He obviously didn't do well in Miami. Granted, Miami sucks and they'll forever suck.
He was a head coach.
Free Tyreek Hill, low-key.
Yep.
But I do think that once the Chargers get a real OC, that they're going to go next levels with that offense.
I actually have a question for
Given
everyone.
one vote, Justin Herbert.
I actually have a question for everyone.
What up?
What do you think's gonna be the worst team next year?
Worst team?
I honestly think it's gonna be Miami.
I
The
couldn't
Jets.
agree more. Miami or the Jets?
Jets are
Both
always
of them.
ass.
The
Nah,
Jets.
I think the Jets, because they have a good pick this year, will get somebody good despite not having a quarterback. I think the Dolphins,
They're going to be lost.
it's either, I'm trying to think.
Do they even have a head coach yet? Did they sign one?
I don't think so.
Also, the
as far as I
Cardinals
know.
could be just completely ass next year.
Yeah, I forgot
I'm glad
about
the
the
Cardinals
Cardinals.
could be so bad.
Who'd they hire? They hired someone.
Yeah, they did.
Mike LaFleur.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how he is, the younger brother of Matt LaFleur.
I wonder what's gonna happen with Kyler Murray.
Yeah, I think he should be.
We could
way out.
talk about that as like an added segment after we do. our
Kyler
finish
Murray,
up.
if you're watching this, go back to that MLB, please. You'd be so much better there.
And then to finish up what I was saying, worst coach signing, Mike McCarthy, you old fuck. You should have stayed. You should have stayed on your couch and never joined the NFL. You're not going to succeed with an old, aging Pittsburgh Steelers lineup.
You old
Just
fuck.
go home and don't return. Don't show your face again. That is my
I'm
opinion.
not telling you he's wrong.
But we're going to the next segment. It is Super Bowl weekend. We got the Seahawks versus the Patriots. Let me hear your prediction.
This
I'll
is
go
super
first.
fucking biased.
Give me the Pats 27-24. I think it'll be a shootout. It'll be a close game. It's going to be a nail-biter. Two very talented teams, JSN, Sam Darnold, Drake May, and don't even know who. Stephon Diggs, maybe, if you can consider that. Keyshawn Boutte, if you want to throw him in there. But I think Patriots defense they need to lock it in. And if they do, they'll get the job done.
I honestly think it's either going to be a super low-scoring game or a super high-scoring game because both defenses is very solid. Both offenses is very solid. It could go anyway. Or maybe I don't know. But I think it'll be Patriots 31 to maybe 28. I think it'll be a shootout. I think it'll be super close. They're very
Wanna go?
competitive
Want me
and good
to-
I
teams.
got you.
All right, you go.
The real Clutch Report fans have already seen this reel. They know what I said.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Shout out
24-13 Pats. Ramondre Stevenson, Super Bowl MVP.
I like that pick.
All right, we're going to give my opinions. This game
here we
is
go.
going to be won by whether or not both offensive lines can hold up against both good defensive lines. The Seahawks O-line is very mid, just like the Patriots. Just like the Patriots, the Seahawks defensive front is very, very good. This game is going to be won by how good the offensive line plays. I trust in Josh McDaniels' play calling. He's been in 10 Super Bowls. 10. Name another coach who's done that.
None.
Other than
Bill
Patriots.
Belichick.
Exactly. Patriots are going to not dog walk, but they're going to show every analyst out there that the Patriots are the true and number one team in the NFL. They're going to win 28-20.
Let's go.
Drake May wins Super Bowl MVP.
Oh, we're doing MVPs
Shout
too?
out, Pat.
And I want to add that in.
I'll add my Super Bowl
Yeah,
MVP.
it's probably Drake May.
Yeah.
If not,
Ramondre Stevenson?
no, I was not
Andy
reminded. I was gonna
Borregales.
say Trayvon Henderson.
Nah,
Maybe
low-key,
break
low-key
loose a little
underrated
bit.
one, Milton Williams.
Yes.
Oh, that's a
he's
good one.
what's the dude's name?
Bradford.
Bradford. He's going to feast on Bradford.
Yeah.
It's going to be Thanksgiving dinner for him.
And the situation, what's that guy? Eamon Worry or whatever? What's his
Even
name?
worry.
Yeah, he might be
Oh.
injured. So that
He's looking like my grandma walking around.
Very,
Jesus.
very solid rookie, by the way, though.
Hey, all respect to him, but we're all glad that you're hurt, buddy. And we hope that you don't get better by game time. But great player.
great player.
We do appreciate how good you are, but just not right now. So we're gonna add this one in.
I'll
Where's
fight you
Kyler
if
Murray?
I see you.
Where is Kyler Murray ending up? Let's start off with Josh right here. I saw your hand. Yeah,
The MLB. I don't think football's your sport.
might be too late for
I
that.
think it's time to go back to your old roots. Get the bat swinging again, and just don't play football anymore.
All right, Luke, what do you got?
You know me.
Come on, the Steelers.
Steelers.
Damn right.
I generally think bring him in. He'd be a veteran by then, right? Probably. He's been
Probably
in the league
not.
for a couple years.
Veteran, no.
You don't think he's a veteran?
Oh my Jesus Christ!
It's okay.
Luke, keep going.
He's been in the league for a couple years. I think he'll be able to teach Will Howard a little tips and tricks, and then he's just gonna be there for that solid rebuild year for the Steelers. But we'll see. I don't know. New York Jets, maybe Raiders. He could go anywhere.
One of the trash
Yeah.
teams. He's going from trash to trash, but just go to the MLB.
I think Kyler Murray has the best opportunity to go to the USFL, probably play for the Birmingham Stallions. And
That might be the most disrespectful thing I think I've ever heard.
What was said?
He just said USFL.
he's going to play for the Birmingham Stallions.
CFL, you never know. I think Kyler Murray is about to
never
never
know.
play a single football game again, or he's going to be a Pittsburgh Steeler. If you're the Steelers, you sign him to a one-year deal, possibly help the Steelers develop Howard. But I don't know how much development skills Kyler Murray has gotten to help Will Howard, so that's just my opinion.
If not, just go to the MLB, bro. Definitely still a spot there for you.
He's like 27, 28.
That's fine.
Is he?
Anywhere but the NFL.
I think he is. I mean,
He's up there.
CFL's an option. You never know.
You never know.
28. Oh my god.
Everyone come back when he goes to the Birmingham Stallions. They'll be like, yeah, I knew that crap.
We're going to go to the NBA where we had a stellar week this week. We had the NBA trade deadline.
Absolutely electric.
Who had the best and worst trades this deadline? No, I'm going to start off with this one. The worst trade I think I've seen this trade deadline was Darius Garland to the Clippers and James Harden to the Cavs.
Such a random trade.
If you're the Cavs, what the hell are you doing? Why would you
Set
give
it
up
right, baby.
your 26-year-old all-star point guard for a 35-year-old aging, non-good playoff performing, washed-up point guard? What is James Harden going to bring? Truly. Because when it comes to playoff times, he's going to choke. He's going to go to every strip club he sees in Cleveland. He's not going to care about the playoffs. Why? Truly why? I'm sorry. Berkey, you can go.
The worst trade of the deadline has to be Tingus Dingus
Yep, I was just about to say
to
that.
Golden State. Like, I'm
Like,
pretty
why?
sure he has a disease. We'll not get into that. Like, you give up Jonathan Kuminga, he's a pretty good player. Like, I don't know. And even Buddy Hield, he's a rotational player. And Tingus Dingus hasn't even played this year. You know, it's like, what are you guys doing?
Sorry.
Kuminga and they were in Giannis trade talks, and they got traded for Tingus Wingus. Dingus.
Crazy to me.
Before you go, Josh, I'd like to point out that no matter what, Kuminga was going to get traded. I think
He wanted out. He wanted out.
He hated Steve Kerr. He hated his life when with Golden State because he wasn't playing. So I think it was going to happen. That trade package for the Warriors probably could have been a little better. You didn't have to give up a rotational piece and Buddy Hield, but that's personally what I think. So we're going to hand it over to Josh.
I really like the Jaren Jackson Jr. trade for the Utah Jazz. You know, they didn't really give up too many key players in that return to the Grizzlies. 3 first-round picks. It's a lot, but I'd say it's worth it for a guy like Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yeah.
For me, I think the Wizards and Mavericks trade wasn't terrible, but I think the Wizards really gave up a lot for Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
And
Davis
just
and
for
Trae.
just for him to play barely 50 games.
Yeah, he's going to be out for all of next year. Who knows?
Exactly. So I don't know. He's just such an injury prone player. But best trade, I'm gonna say Jaren Jackson Jr. That's probably a pretty good trade.
Yeah, I agree.
Can we talk about the Celtics trade and Free Simons?
So-
or Vucevic or whatever.
I
his
think
name?
I don't mind that trade. You know, Nikola Vucevic brings everything we need, except he doesn't have defense, which I'm honestly cool with. We have good defensive guards, so I am cool with that. He can score you points. He can spread the court. He can pass the ball. He can rebound. He can do all that. He also adds a center depth piece, which we needed. So
Second in double-double, I'm pretty sure, behind LeBron James, I think.
also,
Really?
Yeah.
he hasn't
Wow.
missed more than 10 games since I think it was like 2019 with the Magic, where he like broke his hand.
Is he playing tonight, by the way?
I don't know, but I know he's really durable. So I'm not super upset with it. I am upset we lost a very important rotational piece to the bench in Anthony Simons, but it was bound to happen.
I think this trade was really good because realistically, you put him in the lineup, someone goes down to the bench, and then Tatum comes back, another person goes down to the bench. We'll just strengthen your bench even more. And as we saw last night, beating a basically full healthy Rockets off a G League lineup.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
That crap was crazy.
Can't wait to see Vukovic in a Celtics uniform.
all right. Let's see what the next thing is.
All right, moving on to the next topic here. We got who will have the best second half of the season? Anyone like to start us off here?
I'll start us off here. Best second half of the season. I'm gonna give it to. It's kind of hard. Probably the Clippers. You know,
Yeah,
you have
I like that.
Kawhi, Darius Garland run the ball up the court. I think they'll be a very solid team. I mean, I just think the trade was super dumb. James Harden's 38, so adding Darius Garland to your team, a young superstar.
I really like that for the Clippers.
I kind of disagree because, they just traded Zubac.
Oh yeah, I actually did see that. So.
I mean,
kind of
they
forgot about
weren't
that.
really.
I won't lie.
I mean, I don't know.
There's like
They could be okay, but I don't know. I'm kind of wary about that.
Sorry, what'd you guys talk about?
there's kind of like a couple
we're on
teams.
to best second half, and Luke said Clippers.
The Clippers. I feel like for them,
Clippers.
they're in an awkward spot because they're selling but you still have Kawhi Leonard, who has
Exactly.
the mindset to win games. I don't know if he can necessarily do it himself, but I don't mind that. I do think that's a little bit of a stretch, but not insane.
But besides that, obviously, OKC, Sixers, like the normal teams.
So sorry. I could go with something easy like the Celtics or the Pistons, but I'm gonna go wild shot. I'm gonna say the Utah Jazz.
Okay.
You have Lauri Markkanen, Keontae George, and you have Jaren Jackson Jr. now. And you have young players coming off that bench who can score you 10 points a night if you need them. Ace Bailey. Who's the dude that dropped 22 assists the other night?
Isaiah Collier.
Isaiah Collier. Collier, however you say his name.
I don't know.
But I do think the Jazz could really compete. Obviously, I don't know if they should or not, but it'll be worth to see.
I'm gonna say I think the Celtics will have a strong second half. You know, not trying to be biased or anything, but I do think with that trade that they just made, I think it can improve their team a lot. And if Jason Tatum's on like nearing his return and he comes back, I think they'll be the best team in the NBA. Up there with OKC, who added Jared McCain. I think that's a very solid pickup for them. You know, great player to have off the bench.
I think the Nuggets are going to be better the second half now that Jokic is back. It's because of how good he is. You know, he's like
Best player in the NBA.
He might be the GOAT someday. You know, so that's what I think.
All right, so for our next topic, we got will Giannis or Ja leave this offseason? And if they do, where do you guys think some places they could go? You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
You're good. Here, let me see your mic. I'll catch you, Luke. Thank you for coming.
See you, Luke.
See you later.
Here, let me see this. We can keep talking.
All right. I'll start by saying I think Giannis will definitely leave. It's a question as to where he might go, though. But I think that I don't think he'll leave until his contract expires because no team. I saw a report that said like no team was willing to make like a serious offer for him just because it was like attitude problems and like off the court stuff like that.
All right, so I'm pretty much the opposite. I think that the Bucks will keep Giannis around because he's always been rumored to be traded for the past feels like 10 years. And you know, I even saw a report saying that they might keep him around for whatever, another 2, 3, 4 years, whatever. So I mean, it all just really depends. And I think Ja will get traded eventually. You know, I don't know what he'll get traded for, but he might leave.
Yeah, so I think that John Morant will get traded this offseason. I think some destinations would be Miami. But at the same time, I think for Ja's sake, he should be traded somewhere where it's not the hood. It's not a party city like L.A. or Miami.
Get him to Utah.
And get him to somewhere like Utah or somewhere in the middle of nowhere so he can't do no stupid shit. So that'd be really worth something for him. And then for Giannis, I really think that he's going to get traded next deadline. I don't know where yet because of the offseason, what could happen. But
Celtics.
I don't know because that'd be 3 massive contracts, right, if you think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, Chisholm said he would be up for anything. You know, I know people were mad about them dumping off those salary, trying to compare him to John Henry, but it'll only work out in the long haul, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I think they're both definitely going to leave. Ja's going to leave during this deadline, and then I think that not deadline. I think Ja will leave this offseason, and then Giannis will probably either demand a trade this offseason or next offseason or trade deadline where he will be certified. No, like, take-backs or, this, and that. He wants to get traded. That's my opinion.
They both need fresh starts, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, good stuff.
All right, we're going to the NHL. We got
Artemi Panarin.
traded. Does that make the Kings contenders or pretenders?
I'll start with that.
Josh, you can absolutely start.
Right now, they are 5th in the Pacific Division. And a 34-year-old Panarin, I know he's a good player, but I don't think just adding him will do enough for the Kings to push them over the edge because the Pacific is a very good division, and the Sharks are close right behind them. The Sharks actually have 4 more wins than them, but the Kings have 14 overtime losses. So that's the only reason why they're even close to being in the playoffs. But I do think that they'll miss playoffs, and I don't know how much of a fan I am of the Panarin trade. Panarin did only want the Kings for some reason. I'm not sure why, and he did sign an extension, 2 years, $11 million. But I don't really know if I'm a fan of the whole trade for the Kings or the Rangers, because the Rangers got Liam Greentree in a third. That doesn't really seem like too much at all. And, they got the Sharks, the Ducks, the Kraken, Oilers, and Golden Knights all in that division. I just think they're much better teams than the Kings.
I have to say I agree. I don't really like it for either team. I think both teams could have done better. It feels like a light return for such a good player, and at the same time, the Kings really aren't going to be in contention. So I don't know. Not a fan.
Before I say anything, Josh, do you know how old this dude is?
He's 34.
So he's 34, and correct me if I'm wrong. I could actually be wrong. Are the Kings? The Kings are a relatively older team, right?
Are they got like Kopitar, but they also have like Byfield and all those other younger guys.
So like they're kind of like in the middle.
I'd say they're probably older than younger. I'd say.
So like if that's the case, they're definitely a win now team for sure. I feel like, but at the same time, it's like they're in a win now phase, but they're at the same time where you could wait a few years. But I think with this trade, they're definitely now pushing towards more of a win now situation. But I think it's an all right trade, like you guys are saying. I think both teams could have got a little bit more possibly, but it is how it is.
I think the Kings are definitely winners, though. They got the best player.
But we're going over to the next topic. What big name star could be on the move next? Obviously, we've seen a lot of big name guys get traded this year. So who do you think could be traded next?
I'll go first. I think Robert Thomas could be traded.
I agree with that.
Shout out Puck Empire. Follow him on Instagram. They always talk about him being traded.
His name's Panos. Did you know that? Shout out Panos.
Hey, Panos, haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well. And congrats on making it on the news.
All right, Josh, you're up.
I think Nazem Kadri will leave. The Flames are just terrible right now, and I think if you put him on if you reunite him with the Avalanche, I think that'll be the key piece that they need to be even better than they already are. Because recently, they had that looking like historic start. I mean, we talked about it in the last podcast if they would beat the Bruins record. Right now, I don't even think they can anymore. But I think a piece like Nazem Kadri, like that grinding forward, will be a really good piece for them. I think also Elias Pettersson should get traded. He's just rotting away in Vancouver. They are awful, probably worst team in the league. And I think he just needs a fresh start somewhere else, because he used to be a 100-point player back when the Canucks were pretty decent, and now that Quinn Hughes is gone and they just lost all their winning culture. I think he really needs a fresh start.
Send him to Boston.
I don't know about that.
Sorry.
Maybe.
Sorry.
Maybe.
All right, so this is going to be, I think, a really, 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 really hot take. But I think Sidney Crosby might get traded. Think about it. He's 38. Pittsburgh is not contending for anything in the near future.
Wrong.
I don't think they're contending for anything in the near future.
Pretty sure they're in the playoffs right now.
Yeah, but they're not going to get anywhere close to that cup at all. I don't think so. I think
Bruins winning it.
I think that you could really get something good out of him. And, I mean, I think the Penguins can get something good out of him. And I think he's going to want to go to a really good traded destination, a team that can win games. But, again, like I said, it's a really, really hot take. I don't think it will happen, but you never know, honestly. So
the Penguins are second in the Metro right now, by the way, with a 29-15-12 record.
Yeah, but they're not gonna. I don't think they're gonna go anywhere near the Stanley Cup. I think they're gonna lose in the first or second round.
You never know.
But
we shall see, Coach Port.
Again, I ain't no hockey guy, but I give my slight opinion on certain things. So,
all right,
we're gonna go over to this next thing. We got which team could upset everyone at the upcoming NHL Olympics. Who would like to go first?
Team Sweden.
Yes.
With Hampus Lindholm. He's going to be the MVP of the tournament.
I also want to agree with Sweden. I think you look at them on paper compared to Canada and USA, you'd say they're a little worse, but not that much worse. I mean, they're goaltending. They got Gustafsson and Wallstead and Markstrom. It's 3 solid goalies. Wallstedt is very young and very, very good. And then their forwards, Jesper Bratt, Rasmus Dahlin, Nylander, Elias Pettersson, Elias Lindholm, Hampus Lindholm. They got all these very, very solid players that I think could put them in medal range. I don't know about silver or gold, but a bronze medal for Team Sweden seems very likely.
All right, so Josh, I'm gonna ask you this: would you say right now Canada's the favorite to win it all?
No, I'd say Canada's the favorite.
So it wouldn't be crazy if I said that the U.S.
No, it wouldn't be.
All right, so I was gonna say I think the U.S. is gonna win. I think that we're gonna learn from our mistakes from that Canada game that we played, and I truly think that we could win that game. And then I don't really see anybody else competing against us. But again,
Maybe Finland could
maybe
be in contention for a medal.
I think they'll
I
win
don't know.
bronze. Honestly, bronze or silver. I think.
Yeah, Finland's a solid team. Jonas Korpisalo is actually on that team somehow, some way. But shout out Korpi.
All right, so we're going to move over to a side topic here. Number one NHL prospect in this upcoming draft, Gavin McKenna, was arrested for, what was it, aggravated assault?
Aggravated assault.
Free throw.
Aggravated assault.
At first, he was facing up to 20 years.
He was facing up to 20 years with a felony and a misdemeanor, but the felony was recently dropped.
Yeah, about an hour ago it was dropped.
So what do you guys think about the whole situation? Does this ruin his draft stock? Just give me your immediate thoughts.
So someone called his mom very
Inappropriate.
in a very inappropriate word, and he rightfully struck the person multiple times probably. Yeah, I heard the guy had to get his jaw wired shut.
That's
because of
insane.
that.
He
For
beat
2
his ass
weeks,
that
he needs to
bad.
have it wired shut. You know, you don't go around saying stuff like that, especially in front of them to someone's mom. You just don't do that. But you know, the felony's dropped. Only facing the misdemeanor now. I think at most he'll get a fine and probation, but even probation seems like a little bit much to me, but I do think he'll be fine. And I really don't think it affects his draft stock at all. I still think he's a clear-cut number one pick. You know, any team would be fortunate to have him. Just look at his highlight reel, and you'll see why.
I think it was a beautiful gesture that he was paying homage to Stephon Diggs. But you know, he's a stud. I don't think his draft stock will go down that much, and if it does, hopefully he falls to 6 with the Bruins.
Man, that'd be amazing. But
Yes, it would be, Gavin.
I don't think that it really ruined his draft stock at all. I mean, I really think it shows that he can really beat the crap out of anybody, be an enforcer on your team. But again, I don't think it ruins his draft stock at all. So we're gonna go right over to the MLB here. We got which national team is going to underperform during the World Baseball Classic?
I'll start if you don't mind.
Absolutely, go ahead.
You know, I hate to say it, but USA. You know, I think they just, I don't know, it's just like a culture of USA baseball. The last World Baseball Classic, they couldn't get it done. And I think the team is like slightly worse than last year, or whatever year it was. What year was the?
23.
Yeah, 2023, so 3 years ago now. And I think the roster has gotten a little worse. I really want to see them win, but Japan is just going to be such a tough team to beat, and the Dominican Republic. Both stacked teams, along with USA, but I think Japan and DR just have like the slight edge over USA.
I'll say this. I don't think they really had a shot to win in the first place, but Puerto Rico, what the hell happened?
Might be the worst team of all time. Not going to lie.
Genuinely, what the hell? Like, that team might get bounced in the first round.
Shout out Team Brazil. I saw their roster.
Oh,
today.
yeah.
I couldn't name one player.
It's even worse. Yeah, but I don't know. It's just disappointing to see how, like, some of those guys couldn't even make the team. How Javi Baez got suspended for smoking weed in 2023. You know, I mean, I wasn't going to root for them, but at the same time, it's like, what the hell? You know, it's the biggest baseball tournament in the world. You know, these teams can't even give them insurance to play. You know, it sucks.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, so for me, I think there's two teams that come to mind. Obviously, Josh said U.S. I think the same thing. I am low-key sad to see Mike Trout not on the team. That kind of does suck.
Sucks a lot.
But I think a team like Puerto Rico or Cuba are definitely not going to perform well at all. But yeah, it's just I can't really give expertise. I'm just kind of saying that off my head. But I definitely think the United States or the U.S. definitely has the best chance not to perform the best. But It'll be fun to watch. I am low key excited to watch it. So.
Yeah, it'll be very entertaining.
Does it start in? I have it up
March.
right here.
Starts in March.
I didn't know if I thought it was in February.
No,
Burke, do you know what it is?
That's the Olympics in February.
It starts like a little bit after spring training. Like we'll see exhibition games where teams play Puerto Rico and stuff like that. But it's starting up soon.
Can't wait for it.
All right, so we're going to the MLB again. We got with spring training around the corner. Which MLB player needs a breakout performance? Burke, would you like to go first, or?
I said this in the reel the other day too. Real fans. Christian Campbell.
Yep.
Doors wide open for you. No second baseman right now.
IKF.
Don't even get me started. Oh, Brendan
lost the World Series for the Blue Jays.
Brendan Rodgers too. Shout out to him. And I'm not even gonna try to pronounce his name. They just claimed him today. The door's wide open for you. I would much rather see him play than David Hamilton. Don't even want to talk about him. But, if he has a breakout, he could, break camp, and hopefully that's the case.
I'll go next. I think Spencer Torkelson needs to not even bounce back, just like get on the right path. He was back and forth between MLB and AAA last year, and I do see the potential in him, and I think he could develop to be a very solid player in the end. He just needs to start in spring training, really prove himself, show what he can do.
All right, so for me, some players I'd like to see.
That was also Spencer Torkelson's best season of his career last year.
Yeah, I just want to keep him staying on track,
Yeah. All right, so what was that?
I don't know. Cut your fart. I just broke the chair.
All right, so for me, one player I think needs a outstanding performance is Jan Duran. He's been really in a lot of trade talks recently. I mean, he had his really good 2020.
You need a tennis racket. Yeah.
He had a really good 2024 season. Has not really lived up to the hype after that, so I think he could really use one. Also, who I could also see Connor Griffin needing a really big one, because I really do think if he has a good one, he could really show he's MLB ready, and then the Pirates could possibly pull him up and be their opening day shortstop.
I agree.
But that's just my opinion. But I think the one person who really needs it is Jaron Duran. So, and then,
yep.
But yeah, I really hope that when we face the Yankees, this is kind of going off topic. I hope when we face the Yankees, we hit a dozen home runs off. What's his name? Schlittler. Schlittler.
Fuck Cam Schlittler.
So, but for the last topic of discussion for the podcast, we got which team were you most disappointed in this offseason?
I would say from a baseball fan standpoint, probably the Yankees. They're pretty much running the same team back. I'm also disappointed with the Red Sox as of right now. They're yet to add a real bat. Well, they've added Wilson Contreras, but they do need someone else. They can't run it out with David Hamilton. And one more, say the Giants. They just had a boring offseason.
Yeah.
For a team that could contend, they signed a Luis Ariz, Adrian Hauser, and someone else, but it's like, it's just boring deals.
I'll say, I don't even know if the Diamondbacks made a move this offseason. Would you know?
They signed Carlos Santana.
Okay, well that's nothing. So, I mean, I don't even know what to say about them, and I'll tie it together with the Texas Rangers. I mean, they trade away Semien for Brandon Nimmo. I don't know why. Honestly, either of those teams would make that trade, the Mets or the Rangers. I don't know. I think it was a very boring offseason for the Rangers and Diamondbacks.
Also, shout out to the worst trade of the offseason, Mackenzie Gore.
Yeah, I don't even know. And I'll add, I thought the Blue Jays were going to do way more. They were in on Kyle Tucker, in on Bo Bichette, bringing him back, and now they have neither of those players. And they settled for
Kazuma,
Cody Ponce, Tyler Rogers, Dylan Cease, and Okamoto, who hopefully will be good.
All right, so for me, if we're talking about just didn't put an offer in, didn't do much, I feel like the Tampa Bay Rays really didn't do that much. I feel like
Cedric Mullins.
They never really do, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, I I didn't mind Steve Matz. Obviously, he went to the Rays. So, but I feel like they didn't really do much. Burke said they don't really do much, but that's why they always suck. So, But if we're talking about like players who just didn't sign with the team, I feel like the Cincinnati Reds and the Pirates.
Yeah.
They really did make strides to get to where they possibly wanted to be.
Eugenio Suarez, right?
Yeah.
Suarez,
Yeah.
I think
It's not a bad deal for them.
both of them were on. I know
1
the
year.
Pirates were on Kyle Schwarber,
Yeah.
and then
They both were.
they
Yeah, I
both
think
were,
they both
and then
were.
I don't think either of them were on.
Shout
any
out to
Japanese players. Right?
Shout out to the Japanese owner. Oh, sorry, no, the Cincinnati Reds owner.
Log in.
Shout out to the Cincinnati Reds owner who said he only wanted to sign Kyle Schwarber to drive up the ticket prices. He clearly doesn't care.
Anything for money.
Yep.
Really, man, these owners are money hungry. So that concludes the podcast.
We got the shout outs. One shout out per person.
Before we shout anybody out, I'd like to say I think this really was a fun podcast.
Very entertaining.
Maybe the best one we filmed yet.
Hope Luke is okay.
Yeah,
Let's
I don't
hope
know what
Luke-
happened to Luke, but he just disappeared. Hopefully he's doing all right.
All right, so we're going to start with shout outs, starting with Josh.
I'll give my shout out to Drake May. I really hope you can win the Super Bowl for the Patriots. I think you deserve the MVP. Even if you don't come home with the Super Bowl, I still have lots of hope for the future of the New England Patriots.
All right, Burke, you're up.
Shout out to Carlton Davis. Ugly as fuck.
Chill.
And I hope you have an interception on Sunday.
All right, I'm going to give a shout out to my boy Declan Murphy. I said I was going to shout you out. I never did. I apologize for that.
Shout out D. Dot.
And shout out Luke for being here and then leaving. And
Shout out Matt for not coming.
he is basketball, so it's okay. And shout out to everybody who watches and
Shout out
everybody
to CR
who
fan.
bought the merch. Burke, sorry.
Yep.
Who bought the merch.
Shout
merch
out
is
to
very
Ashton
comfortable.
Genty.
And no, screw Ashton Genty.
Shout out, Chad.
That concludes the podcast. Thank you for watching.